It is Wednesday. You know what that means. It is New Comic Book Day. We are here in Time Warp Comics and Games in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. I am Jason Brown. I am with...
Dave Bauer, owner of Time Warp.
Ayo! That's right. We got the exclusive hookup here. Alright, so we're going to talk about some more comics that came out today.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's get it kicked off. What do we got here first? Damned.
Yes, this is a new $1 introductory issue from Oni Press because they really want to push this book, and it's worth pushing because it was really good.
You said it started off as like a mini, right?
Yeah, this was a previous miniseries, and this is the first issue of the new ongoing book from them.
Ooh. Time to get in. This is the ground floor right here.
Written by Cullen Bunn, who's writing many things, if not everything.
Very busy guy right now.
Yeah. He's famous from a bunch of stuff. He's working on the X-Men titles and all kinds of crazy stuff. Art's great.
So as you can see here, it's kind of got like sort of like a muted, like almost sepia kind of color palette to it.
Yeah.
Except for obviously red. There's some gore in this one here. And give us a little backstory, like what's going on?
Yeah, this is, it doesn't say explicitly, but it seems to be Prohibition era Chicago. And the criminal gangs, the rival criminal gangs, are demon gangs. So one demon gang is dominating and the other demon gang is not, and they're not happy about it.
So if your mob boss is a demon...
Well, demons kind of are generally salty people, so they're kind of just angry.
Where's our nice demon comics?
So the main character he runs a club that's a no demons allowed club, and there's a great establishment shot of that.
Yeah, shots like this I love. Like just full page, really sets up kind of like the universe. Like you don't even need to really timestamp. You can tell by just what the artist does, and it's just this art is great.
The guy who runs the club is Eddie, and this is his star singer. And the nice thing about when you have art like this, it's her blonde hair and her red dress is a really nice contrast to the rest of the art. To the dark and bleakness of the world, essentially. Yeah, it's limited color without being like
washed out.
So demons show up to get in, he kicks them out.
Standard kind of like gangster fare, but with demons.
Yep. Establish a bunch of characters. The singer's name is Darcy. So you find out they're actually looking for this guy. And the kind of implication is that he owes them money, but we find out later that he doesn't owe money. He actually has something.
Something demons want.
Loser, he's a winner, and he's got something that maybe the demons want.
Who doesn't have something demons want? I mean, at this point, right?
So the demons, as demons do, trade in souls in this book, and our main character Eddie has this. He's the damned they're talking about in the title. He's got this weird power that if he is going to die, he can touch someone and they die in his spot.
It's like a replacement effect almost.
That's a handy thing to have when you run into as much trouble as he seems to run into. And again,
I mean, the comic starts off with him getting his throat slit.
Yep.
Like how crazy.
More strange characters as old friends of our main guy Eddie here, and he gets kidnapped by the demons, and they teach him a lesson by slitting his throat, which folds us back to the beginning of the story, and then I won't show you the last page. That shows you what the other guy has. So you can find that on your own.
So that is Damned. Just came out, first issue, $1 only.
Yep, cough up $1 and check out a good comic.
All right, so let's move on. We have another thing here written by
Cullen Bunn.
What?
Who's writing
everything?
Everything, right? This will be a creator-owned thing for him for Image Comics. So Regression in the title. Talking about regression therapy in hypnotism. So
it's kind of like it's a mind melty kind of comic, right?
Right. So our main character Adrian, he's having wild hallucinations, really gross hallucinations.
As you can see here, not something you typically see when you look at your neighbors.
Yeah, this seems like a book where the artist and writer said, "Hey, let's come up with stuff so we get to draw lots of gross stuff."
Oh yeah, which is awesome.
And they do a good job of that. Flies, bugs,
maggots coming out of beers. This is all in his head, and that's why he's going to this regression therapy, right? Trying to figure out what's going on with him.
So his friend knows he's suffering, and he gets sick, and this is what he sees. And she's like, I know this hypnotist, he does parties, but he also does regression therapy. So they have a session. And so that's our hypnotist.
I see.
And so they have a regression therapy session, and this is kind of what he sees. So this is Adrian and some other thing.
It's like a split personality living within him, like a darker side almost.
So, but Adrian doesn't remember that this happens. And he's like, well, there's definitely something going on, so let's go back.
Should it be
right, I
taken,
don't want
like,
to show,
whoa.
again, it's the one where I can't show the last page of this.
Yeah.
So
Sort of a more traditional style here when it comes to how it's laid out. You do have some like layovers here, like over larger panels, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, I know, right? It's like try not to
So
be
something
sneaky.
happens that implies that maybe the things he's seeing aren't totally just in his head, that maybe they're real. And we find out more. So again, that was pretty good.
So Regression, again, written by Colin Bunn.
Yeah. And gross.
So we have another one we're going to talk about here, and this is from Boombox.
Right.
It's called Misfit City. Now, you said Boombox is sort of like an offset of Boom Comics, right?
So this is their imprint they do, and what they do is their big hit under this imprint is Lumberjanes, where they brought a bunch of people in from animation to do a book, and it was just like, let's do some comics and have some fun.
Yeah. Lumberjane's hugely popular. It's going to be adapted to a TV show as well.
Or a movie.
Yeah.
TV show.
Either or. I think all of the above. Why not? It's kind of similar art style here.
So yeah, this is another book similar to, they're looking for kind of like the same lightning in the bottle.
Yeah.
So it's a female ensemble cast. It takes place in a tourist city where a movie got made. And since the city that they're in is in fog most of the year, they call tourists and locals gloomies.
Gloomies.
Now, the writer is a big Goonies fan, so this is kind of like Lumberjanes meets the Goonies.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, really.
So again, the illustrator is not a traditional comics person, but she's a great find. The illustration is really nice. And
I love when you get artists who are normally not in the comic medium to come over to comics, then you end up usually getting something different.
yeah,
is-
the nice thing about this is kind of like, this is like what friends do when they make comics, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty polished because they're talented, but they get pretty rambly. The story rambles around a little bit, but it's fun. So some old dude leaves a chest behind, and they find a map, and they're like, let's go on an adventure.
Right? Because how would you not go on an adventure if you find a map
Right,
with a
right.
treasure, X marks the spot?
So someone went to the museum in town to steal the box and get the map, but the person who inspected it for the museum had the map in their pocket, so he didn't get the map. So the box got stolen, somebody got bonked on the head, and our cast of adorable misfits have the map.
You always need the adorable misfits, I feel like. Especially if you're going to go Goonies style, because part of what makes the Goonies so good is that you like the characters. And so they're trying to hit, like you said, lightning in a bottle here.
Yeah.
This-
So if you like Lumberjanes or the Goonies,
Yeah.
you're gonna like this.
yeah, Misfit City, check it out. The number 1 came out today. And we got What Bug?
Yeah, this is the latest book from DC's Young Animal imprint, which is curated by Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance, who's a big comic fan and a Grant Morrison acolyte.
Doing a lot of Doom Patrol
Yep.
stuff right now.
So Forager is a character from DC's New Gods Pantheon, but he's just like a worker. He's a worker bee.
Yeah, he's a bug.
But it's drawn by Mike Allred, it's colored by his wife Laura Allred, and it's co-written with his son Lee Allred.
It's just like a whole family affair.
Right. It's the Allred family. Mike Allred came on the scene years ago with his own character called Madman, which is an indie thing. So if you read that stuff and you like Mike Allred stuff, this is really familiar stuff.
Yeah.
It's got Mike Allred's pop art style. but
It's got a really great color saturation
Yeah.
too, which is what I like about this one. And then obviously the art, and he's coming out of a cocoon here. If you're named Bug, that's the best way to premiere. Why not?
But it's just weird situations: talking teddy bear, mystery girl, endless staircases, room full of dominoes.
I mean, yeah, look at this here. It's super, as you can see, super color saturated. Really nice art style. All in the family. You see Darkseid poking out there for a sec. Now, are other superheroes and stuff from the DC universe going to mix in with Bug?
Yeah, this is the old superhero version of DC Sandman.
Okay.
So of course, like a typical superhero fashion, they have a mild misunderstanding. They fight briefly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm actually here to save you.
Because when any two superheroes meet, they have to fight. That's just a given.
So it's like if I show up to save you and you're standing in the room and I'm like, oh, you must be the guy that has Jason. Pow. Oh wait, you're Jason? Okay, let's go.
Oh no!
Sorry. Sorry, I decided to punch you in the face instead of ask questions.
It's the best way to ask questions.
Right.
All right, so this is Bug. Just came out today.
Yep.
Do you know how long this series is going to run? How long you think about doing Bug? Just a couple, right?
I think it's an ongoing.
Yeah, it's going to be part of their new lineup. Cool. Awesome. So, moving on to our last one for the day. We have Guardians of the Galaxy! How topical, being that Guardians just came out on Friday.
Right.
So here we go. Look at us being topical.
So, actually, this is a second...
Yeah,
Marvel
the second
premiered,
one came out
Marvel
today.
Marvel premiered 2 Guardian series this week. The new ongoing, but this is a 5-issue miniseries. It's going to come out weekly, so it's going to happen fast.
Yeah.
This is written by Jim Starlin, who created Thanos, and a lot of the big cosmic themes in Marvel that are really popular were all created by Jim Starlin years ago. And if you've seen Guardians and seen some of the spoilers, that's also characters coming up that Jim Starlin made famous.
Which we won't spoil.
The art team is Alan Davis and Mark Farmer, British artists who've been working together for decades. Started on Captain Britain,
right? Yep.
Right. Did a whole bunch of stuff, X-Men titles, X-Men related titles. So this is classic Marvel. Marvel talks about going back to basics and doing stuff. This is really what they should be doing. They shouldn't be starting stuff over and just hiring guys to draw like Jim Lee. They should just have really talented guys in comics. And like 20 years ago, this would have been a smash hit book. They would have been lining up. This has sold 100 copies.
Hopefully this will do pretty well, though. Being, you said it's a small run, about like 5 issues.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 issues.
And with the relevance of Guardians actually just coming out now, I think this is probably the best time for them to do something like this.
But Alan Davis is just such a. Everybody's really just beautiful.
Yeah, as you can see here, and it's got that real kind of like, I guess because of the art style, they're in that real classic British style. Everything's got that really clean look to it. Super normal like layout here. You got.
And again, this is real Marvel comics. It's not like a movie story. It's a real. But for people who see the Guardians movie, it's going to be very familiar. It's the
You're not going to be
Guardians
super
cast.
lost.
Right.
You're going to be familiar with the characters. You know what's going on.
Right. They're broke. They're looking for a job.
Classic Guardians.
Get one, and it's to take this guy and his relic back home. It had been stolen. They got it back. They're taking him home. And this guy says, I got to meditate, but it's really important. My green gem thing doesn't like being in the presence of more than 5 people. So there's more than 5 people, it's very bad. Now there's 5 people in the Guardians, and this guy. So the table's set there. So now we have another Jim Starlin character, Pip the Troll. If you remember way back from the Adam Warlock days, Pip the Troll and Drax and Gamora, all those cast of characters that Starlin created. He wants to steal the thing. So our religious guy just kind of, as he meditates, just randomly
just kills
dies. So with the 5 Guardians in the room to see what's going on, Pip the Troll shows up to steal it, and we have 6 people in the room near the gem, and
obviously chaos ensues.
Right. Issue 2 is the chaos ensues part. I'm not going to show you any of issue 2 because it's just all the weird stuff that happens.
Give it to yourself.
After.
So there you go, Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a 5-issue little run called Mother Entropy. Check it out, guys. It is Wednesday. It's comic book day. You can come on down. Don't get lost in the galaxy. Find your hidden gems here. Time Warp Comics and Games. I am Jason.
And I'm Dave.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Take it easy.